All right, we have a new story. Yeah, let's read. Let's read. We have My Five Senses by Aliki. Aliki is the author. The author is the one who writes the words. And take a look. They even gave us a graph to start us off with. We're going to be learning about our five senses. We can see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. And they even gave us some things that we can see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. Let's come back to this later. I can see. I see with my eyes. Touch your eyes. Yep, there's your eyes right there. Eyes. Let's turn the page. I can hear. I hear with my ears. Touch your ears. Yep, those are your ears. I can smell. I smell with my nose. Touch your nose. Yep, there's your nose. Let's turn the page. I can taste. I taste with my tongue. Stick out your tongue. Yep, there's your tongue. Turn the page. I can touch. I touch with my fingers. You see, he's touching the rabbit, petting the rabbit nice and softly with his fingers. Let's turn the page. I do all this with my senses. I have five senses. When I see the sun or a frog, or my baby sister, I use my sense of sight. I am seeing. When I hear a drum or a fire engine or a bird, I use my sense of hearing. I am hearing. When I smell soap or a pine tree or cookies just out the oven, I use my sense of smell. I am smelling. I love the smell of fresh pine. Let's turn the page. When I drink my milk and eat my food, I use my sense of taste. I am tasting. When I touch a kitten or a balloon or water, I use my sense of touch. I am touching. Sometimes I use all my senses at once. Sometimes I use only one. I often play a game with myself. I guess how many senses I am using at that time. When I look at the moon and the stars, I use one sense. I am seeing. I love to look at the moon and stars at night. Let's turn the page. When I laugh and play with my puppy, I use four senses. I see, hear, smell, and touch. When I bounce a ball, I use three senses. I see, hear, and touch. There he is, bouncing the ball. Every time he has to hit the ball, he's touching it with his hand. He's using his eyes to look at the ball so he can know where it's going, and he can hear the ball every time it bounces on the ground. Let's turn the page. Sometimes I use more of one sense and less of another, but each sense is very important to me because it makes me aware. To be aware is to see all there is to see Hear all there is to hear. Smell all there is to smell. Taste all there is to taste, and touch all there is to touch. Wherever I go, whatever I do, every minute of the day, my senses are working. They make me aware. Wow. The end. Beautiful story. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's take a look at that graph again. Cool. They gave us some things that we can see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. Like we can see the bright sun. We can see the pictures in a book. We can see a boat sailing by. We can see our home in our neighborhood. And we can see the bright moon and stars. We can hear the quack, quack, quack of a duck. We can hear the of a drum. We can hear the tick, tick, tick of a clock. We can hear the music from a vinyl record. And we can hear the sound of an egg beater. We can taste the minty toothpaste on our toothbrush. We can taste the sweet ice cream. We can taste the sour lemonade. We can taste the crunchy apple. And we can taste that spicy pepper. We can smell some homemade soup. We can smell those fresh baked cookies. We can smell paint that's still wet. We can smell the stinky skunk. We can smell that beautiful flower. We can touch the soft feather. We can touch that spiky porcupine, or maybe that's a hedgehog. We can touch that bouncy ball. We can touch that cold ice. And we can touch the fuzzy cat. So many things that we can explore with our senses. Thank you for reading with me. If you love this story, make sure to like and subscribe. Hope to see you next time. Bye.